All right, you guys good to go? I will start with medical stuff. Roster-wise, obviously, Juwan was back out there. JT Gray was back out there. Rico Payton missed practice today just because of an illness. He'll be fine long-term wise. Everything else looked clean. So really good practice. Love the energy, love the juice. Guys came out here, they were ready to practice. That was a good one. So we're excited to keep stacking them. Any questions?
You still plan on doing a more scrimmage-like practice? Do you have a better vision for what that'll look like tomorrow?
Tomorrow will look a little bit more like, yeah, it'll be a scrimmage basically. It'll be, I'll call it, play out some situations, and so it'll be great. It'll be good. Second time, we had one last Sunday, we'll have this one, and that'll lead us up into the Sunday game.
Are you using, is the plan to use players tomorrow that might not play Sunday to divide it up some kind of way?
Our big thing is just really tallying up Friday and Sunday as a combination, 2 games in 3 days essentially, and so we just got to make sure the balance act of reflecting those reps tomorrow as it relates to who's going to play on Sunday, and so we'll talk about all that tonight as a staff.
Are you still tallying up, sort of figuring out where you want to go quarterback rotation on Sunday, and will tomorrow be a part of that evaluation?
Yeah, I think it'll all be a part of it. Yeah, for sure.
What went into releasing after table?
Yeah, just a tough decision. Obviously, we had 3 punters in here. Thought he certainly did some good things. We thought, from the young guys' perspective, we thought there was something interesting about them and give them a little bit of a longer lens, allow us to evaluate them a little bit longer. And so we'll just see how this thing all plays out. But we felt like we had three good ones in camp, and ultimately had to make a challenging decision. Matt's kicked really well for us last year, and so I'm sure he'll pop back up, and we'll see what happens from our perspective.
What are you looking for? Like in that punter, hit ball, obviously you can do it inside of 20 all the time, but I think the consistent ability to flip the field, where does that rank on?
For sure, that's part of the equation is, obviously being able to pin people down in the red zone. That's a really, really important aspect, especially the way the field position game plays a little bit more now with the kickoff rules. You're playing a little bit more trying to pin people. But the other side is, ultimately there's scenarios where you got to flip the field and you got to get it out of there, and we got to put ourselves in a favorable position. So, that's an important aspect, and we certainly want to value that very importantly.
What have you liked about the changes you've made, like clear backup offensive lines, that flexibility there? It seems like you guys stuck with that today.
Yeah, we really did it after essentially 2 weeks of working. Just flipped the rotation there as far as giving Dylan some tackle opportunities, landing some guard, Selly's at center a little bit here and there, and so just giving those guys different exposures. I think it's been excellent the last few days. They've handled it really, really well, and it'll allow us some nice flexibility as we progress.
You've had a couple of weeks now with Chris Olave at training camp. How would you describe what he does well? What's special about him?
Yeah, just a really smooth player. He does an excellent job from a route running, route discipline, really good hands catcher. He attacks the football. He's doing a great job. And, as we build this thing, I think it's exciting to, narrow your focus, put him in certain positions to be successful, and we'll do that as we move forward.
A little slant from Spencer Rattler and Enzo. I'm guessing that was...
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's a great play. Yeah, they did a great job.
I think your team enjoyed the different surroundings today, just different scenery, different climate.
I'd just say it's a good little refocus. You go through training camp, and certainly it turns into some dog days at times, so to speak. I think this allows our guys just to kind of hit a little reset button. We flew out here. Everyone had kind of a nice night last night as far as grabbing dinner, and then this morning we kind of reshot ourselves, focused up, and these guys had an excellent practice. I love the energy that was out here. You can tell the juice was really, really good, and so we just got to keep building on that.
After the time in New Orleans, look, we all know how hot it is. Did you feel like the team needed that to get out of that, or would you have been okay if you'd stayed there?
I think certainly we feel really good about this plan. I think we got a really good blend. We got acclimated to Louisiana, did a great job there. I love the aspect of being in your town, community, fans, all that good stuff. We got a ton of work in, and then this is kind of just a little reset, and so it allows our guys to kind of refocus and just keep stacking.
How are you taking advantage of time away from the practice field while you're here for team building, things like that?
Yeah, I think a lot of it we're going to kind of try and leave up to the players and allow them, we're done with practice at 6, and we don't have night meetings. We kind of do everything before the practice for that intent to allow these guys to go grab dinner, spend time together, do the different things that they can do, and the bonding part of this thing is really, really important. We'll have a couple other things as the week progresses, and it'll be great.
Has that been kind of important for you to get the players' agency on that sort of stuff to build that bond?
I think it's important to let them kind of go. There's a part of it. We will certainly schedule certain things, but I think it's important to let these guys, develop those relationships together. Everyone has different interests, different restaurants, different preferences, and so we allow those guys to, enjoy the different things that they like.
And is that something that anybody on the roster can kind of take the initiative there, or is that something like maybe you're relying on some of the veteran players?
Certainly, the veterans are leading the way as far as position gatherings, dinner, so to speak, and we'll have a couple little team activities, and then outside of that, leave it up for these guys. All right, all good. All right, thanks guys.
What's the Kellen Moore restaurant?
I got it. Ow!
How many things have been familiar playing for Coach Staley, and how many things has he tweaked since he's implementing it with the new team?
Without giving away, defense. Obviously, some things are gonna be familiar from previous times when I was with him. But also things he's learned things. He's growing as a coach as well, and so he's added some things that we'll show on week 1 when we play against this Sunday actually. So you'll see it. But yeah, we've definitely put the work in, and guys have bought into how he wants us to play defense, and it's really been fun to watch.
What do you like about either his scheme or just his approach?
Man, he just wants guys to make plays and play fast. He wants us to understand the system, and he does a great job, not only him but the rest of the coaching staff, making sure that we know the ins and outs and know when we can be aggressive and know when we have to do our job.
It go just even beyond the schematic stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like, have you noticed just a difference in him and how he's like communicating to y'all, relaying stuff since you were with him, like as a head coach?
Yeah. I mean, I think any competitor, when you get knocked down, you either get back up and you learn ways to get better. And Coach State is one of the highest coaching competitors I've been around. So a guy like him is definitely going to learn, from his mistakes in the past, but also remember the things that were going well for him at the same time.
I've heard a couple people talk about playing fast in this defense. Is that what does that mean in the scope of an NFL defense? Is it just less thinking? Is it more?
Yeah, it's definitely less thinking and more just reacting to what the offense gives you. I think that goes into being a pro and knowing your playbook, being in your playbook every day. And like I mentioned earlier, just knowing when you can take those aggressive shots and knowing when you have to do your job and take a bullet for a teammate to go make a play.
Chris, you've been kind of widely noted as a standout here in camp. How would you assess your camp so far?
Who said that?
A lot of people.
Really? Y'all don't be sending me this stuff. Y'all got my Twitter and everything.
Podium have
Who?
you too.
Oh man, that's love. But no, man. Listen, man. I want to just say something. I always said to myself when I get the opportunity like this, I was going to give God the glory because this has been a rough 2 years coming back off of 3 straight injuries. And, spiritually, I think that was what I needed for me to get stronger, closer to him. And so I credit God for, just giving me this opportunity because, mentally it's hard to come back. Even though I had a Jones fracture, it's minor compared to what other people are going through. But to be able to just go down that path, man, I just give God the glory for just staying with me and giving the strength to come through that. But, I'm sorry, what was the question?
Just, how would you assess your camp so far?
Yeah,
taking all that into
account. Just growing, man. I have so much left in me I want to prove to a lot of people. Obviously I was with the Chargers before. It didn't go like I wanted to. I know it didn't go like they thought it was going to go with, the injuries and everything. But I'm hungry, man. I'm hungry. And I just want to go out there and ball. That's it.
Have you found at any point, we talked to Kendra Miller, who's been here for a couple of years,
yeah.
He kind of talked about, looking for a fresh start, changing his
Yeah.
Does this kind of represent
Of course. It's definitely a fresh start. You get a new situation, new team, new front, everything's new. And so you kind of be like, okay, put that in the past. I got a new fresh beginning, and I could go out there and like I said, like when my last injury happened, it was like when everything started clicking. So I'm excited, man. I'm excited to play football this Sunday.
Knowing all of that you've navigated health-wise and everything, how is everybody's kind of talking about the schedule of having time to recover after practices and things.
Yeah.
How's that been helpful?
Man, that's huge. That's huge, especially in this game because every time we come out here, guys are trying to earn a spot, earn a job. And so you're going 110% and you're going into grown men. And so for the coaches to recognize that, hey, like, these guys are giving us their all. Help them out on the back end by giving us time to go get massages, PT, whatever it may be. That's huge, especially going to a long season like the NFL season is.
This offseason, were you trying to rejoin Brandon, or was that just something that happened?
Well, I was a free agent, man. I was on the streets, man. I was trying to go wherever I was wanted. But let things play out. Like I said, God put me here for a reason. I'm grateful for Coach Staley, the opportunity to come back here, play under his system. But I'm also excited to play with these new guys, man. DeMario, Cam, there's so many guys. Alante, watch out now. Watch out. We got some guys in. I think we're all hungry. And we all see the disrespect with the no primetime game, so that's just added fuel to the fire.
Do you have any
Ladies
mentors?
first, yeah, ladies first.
Do you have any mentors, anyone that helped you out through those injuries that you were able to lean on?
I always got to give credit my dad and my mom, my family, my little brother, just praying over me. And then, my system. I mean, my close system, like my handful of friends. I got a guy, Mike Carter at the Jets, Josh Blackwell at the Bears. I mean, there's so many people I can just rely on and fall back on. But at the end of the day, it was really my faith. It was my faith for 100%. OGs, but I got to give a shout out, Khalil, Joey, and Calvin Noy. They're my OGs. Nick Williams, all them.
Did you speak with any other teams this offseason?
It doesn't matter, man. I'm a Saint. That's it.
Oh, Chase, how's it been? With Chase?
Man, Chase is great, man. I think he's going through kind of the same thing mentally that I was going through with, his injuries and everything. So I think he's got a lot to prove too. So, along with everybody on the team, we're excited and ready to, show the league what, this 2025 Saints team is about. Yeah. That was good? We good? How was that?
Appreciate it.
Man, love y'all, man. Y'all stay blessed.
So you're not one of those guys that searches your name on Twitter, I guess?
No.
Welcome back.
Back in the West Coast.
Safe to say you love this portion of the training camp, right?
Oh, yeah.
When you come in here.
Oh, yeah. I love it every time I come out here, man. It's a vibe. I love it out here.
You got family and such coming out?
Oh, yeah. They're going to be here tomorrow. Yeah, family going to be here tomorrow.
I mean, we talk about it, but like that's got to be kind of special, right? To be able to play for a team in New Orleans and still get your family to be part of training camp. That's got to be nice.
Oh,
right?
yeah. It's huge, man. It's huge, especially being out there by myself. So just coming out here, getting a couple practices in, having them come out, watch practice, watch the game. It's going to be fun. So I'm excited to see them.
Chris, you don't have to evaluate the quarterbacks necessarily, but I mean, are you just constantly aware that you're in more of a process than you've been in other years? That's going to take some time, to find rhythm with younger guys.
Not really, man. They're doing a great job. I feel like they're giving us chances. They're giving us chances to catch the ball. Tyler, Jake, Spencer, they're all doing a good job back there whenever they back there. So they just got to get comfortable with time. I know it's still early. We're like the second, third week in the training camp. So as they get to know us more, as they get to get more reps, I feel like they're gonna get more comfortable back here.
Did you feel like the passing game in general, with each quarterback, had a little more rhythm today?
Yeah, we had a little bit more rhythm today. I mean, it was the first day out here. I wasn't that good today. I had a really bad practice. So, but they did a good job today. Tyler, especially with going with the ones, I feel like he had a good rhythm trying to get us the ball. And like I said, it's just gonna keep getting better and better as the days go.
How much do you talk to those guys now, or are you letting the process figure itself out and you'll have those conversations later? But how much are you working with them right now?
It's every day, man. Every rep. Every rep we could be better. I go up to them, try to be in their ear, but allow them to be themselves at the same time. Not trying to talk too much to them. Just allow them to get comfortable back there. Like I said, it's the NFL. They done a great job to get to this point. So they have the talent, they have the ability to do their thing, and everybody's depending on them to do their job. So I'm excited for them and what they can do this year.
What about you in terms of just 2-3 weeks in, the Kellen Moore system, where you at, just to be comfortable with the system? Right?
I feel real good, man. Just with all the plays, I feel real good. Learning all the positions, just trying to be versatile and do everything I can to be able to maximize this season. So, like I said, I love this offense. I love what he's doing, and I'm excited for the year.
It seems like they're trying to get you the ball in some different, unusual kind of different spots. Would you agree with that?
Oh yeah, I mean, like I said, it's a great offense to be in. He finds the space. He knows where the space is going to be at. He finds the matchups. It's a win-win situation in this offense. Like I said, he's going to get the playmakers the ball. We got a lot of playmakers, so just trying to do my job. When the ball comes to me, I got to catch the ball and make some plays. So, like I said, I'm excited for this year.
Was there anything specific you didn't like about your practice today?
Like I said, every time I'm targeted, I try to make the play, or every time I'm targeted, I try to catch the ball. So I wasn't too good today when the ball was thrown my way, and I got to be better. But at the end of the day, it's just one day. I'm gonna bounce back tomorrow and have fun.
On the flip side of those plays, I know it's hard to evaluate them when it's them versus you, but are both Kool-Aid and Olave having camps that give you confidence in the way that secondary is going to come together?
Oh yeah, I mean, man, they're really good. Kool-Aid's having a great camp, playing on the outside, and Lante is always a playmaker wherever he is, inside or outside. They're competitive. They talk a lot. I love how they play as DBs. That's how you're supposed to be as a DB. And I feel like I said, they competitive. They make plays on the ball. They got great ball skills. And I can't wait to see what they do this year. They're stacking every day, and like I said, coming out here is iron sharpen iron. So, like I said, they when I come out here, I know I'm gonna have a great matchup with them, and I look forward to every day.
What did you think about the scrimmage in general on Sunday? It feels like it's been a long time since the team did a scrimmage that long and that intense. Do you kind of like having those types of settings?
Oh yeah, I like that type of stuff. Just being tired or feeling like you can't go no more and going out there and still playing. I feel like that's what we need for when we get through rough times during the season. And we never really had no scrimmage like that, but I was excited for it, and I really look forward to what we can do tomorrow with a scrimmage coming up.
How long do you think it generally takes training camp practices before you feel like the team has that type of endurance? Like, does it take a week, 2 weeks, the end of camp, like, to have the endurance to get through the season and game type settings like
I
that?
just feel like it's every day, trying to stack every day. Like I said, especially being in New Orleans with that heat out there, it's tough to go back to back plays. But just trying to get through it and soak through it, especially in that heat out there. But coming out here, I feel like we got better air, better breeze. So we go. It's a lot better out here.
Chris, I'm sorry this was asked to you earlier, but what have you made about like the emphasis Kellen's put on just like team bonding, like team building stuff, and make sure you guys have time to go out and get dinners as a position group and stuff like that?
It's huge, man. It's huge. Like I said, the chemistry, the bond, the relationships we build with each other. It's much more than football, especially when we get to the tough games or the tough roads in the middle of the year, towards the end of the year. I feel like when we get to those points, we got to lean on each other. Even when we mad at each other, or when we're down in the game, or in stuff like that, we can still lean on each other. Just building that chemistry and bonds right now, and those relationships off the field, to be able to talk to each other during hard times is going to be huge for us. So just having that, Kellen bringing that to the organization was huge. And like I said, I love the energy and the vibes that he brought with the whole coaching staff. So I'm excited for the year.
Thank you.
Appreciate y'all now.
Enjoy your time.
Yes, sir.
How you doing?
Doing well. How are you?
Doing good. Hey, good competition today?
Yeah, it was a good day.
How you think you did?
Me or the team?
I guess the team in general.
I think it was a decent day. I think being off of an off day, we did decent. It wasn't too much on the legs. We did a lot of red zone and the fringe today, so it was a good day overall. I'd say as a team.
How much does it need to have a reset after being in Metairie and just coming here for the next 9 days?
Well, being from here, I think it's a little great. I mean, it's hot in Louisiana, but it's not that bad. I think once you, I mean, I wouldn't say you ever get used to it, but I think it's nice to be able to have a little bit of reset, have a little change in scenery during camp, and it's gonna definitely help us to have a great long season.
What does it do for you guys? Like whenever you come out here, do you feel like you get more work done?
I think you get more work done, and as far as team-wise, the camaraderie I feel like tends to build because you're not like going home to your separate houses, separate apartments, separate hotels and things like that. We're all going back to the same place, allowing us to like gel more together as a whole team, and I think that's part of the reason why it'll help.
Were you fired up when they signed Julian?
Yeah. This is my guy. We had 4 years together at Utah. I'm just glad to be able to play with him in the back end, and I'm excited for the season for sure.
Did you have any idea that might happen when you had the tryout and you got signed? Did you guys talk at all? Or
yeah, actually, so like in May, we had talked a little bit because I knew he hadn't signed anywhere yet, and he said like this was one of his destinations that he was like looking at. He took a visit and everything, so I was like keeping up with him pretty often. I still talk to a lot of guys from Utah, so he's definitely one that I talk to pretty often, and it was just something that we had talked about. I knew it was coming up, and then when he signed, I was excited and just happy that he's here.
But you mentioned that it was. I'm sorry.
Oh.
You mentioned that it was like not a hard day on the legs today,
Mm-hmm.
based on what you had come off of.
Yes,
Have
sir.
you noticed Kellen Moore, in your experience,
Mm-hmm.
putting more of an emphasis on that kind of thing than you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
like to make sure everybody's taken care of and everybody's okay. Have you noticed more of that in your experience than you've experienced before, maybe?
Yeah, I definitely think there's a lot of different coaches. Definitely with Kellen, I think he's done a really good job of like keeping our legs fresh. I think part of being in the NFL is like having your team, stay less injured as much as you can throughout the season, and being able to get to the party, get to the regular season with the most guys healthy would definitely benefit us, and I think Kellen's done a good job of that.
And you've seen, like, in your experience, like, I don't know, whatever it is, less of a workload from a physical standpoint in this camp than maybe you've seen before?
I mean, that's tough to say, but I definitely think right now, yeah, I would agree with that. I would definitely say that he's done a really good job of keeping us fresh and allowing us to get our bodies back on the off day and things like that with recovery and just different things every day.
Coach Daly obviously was in LA when you were drafted.
Mm-hmm.
How have you seen kind of his system develop from what you had as a rookie to now?
Pretty great. It's funny because like some things I remember in the spring, like there was just some things that we were like having trouble with in regards to the scheme, and I would like think back to 2020, my rookie year. We were learning the defense on Zoom, and I remember when we first got out on the field, it was like, not that it was terrible, but we had a tough time learning it. So like seeing the difference from the spring and May and June until now, and like to see how the defense has transformed, and like seeing how he has changed a few things from 2020 till now, it's great, and I'm excited to see how the season goes.
Is there something about it that takes a minute to learn, or is that just normal football?
I think it's just normal football. I think anytime, like there's a lot of schemes around the league that are similar, but I think that's just normal football. I think once you get a new DC, you got to learn the different terminology, different things that coaches like, coaches dislike, and things like that.
It's obviously a great defensive year that year for what made that defense so effective. And like you mentioned, obviously it was installed over Zoom.
Mm-hmm.
Not exactly the best case scenario.
Yeah, definitely not the best case scenario, obviously, with the way the world was going on that year. But I think just as a whole, I think we had a lot of great players on our team in 2020. And, I mean, I think Staley's a great defensive coordinator, and his scheme has definitely helped the great players play the best of their abilities, and that's why we had such a great defense, and which is what I see happening here.
Is there one thing is there one thing that you would say is like the quintessential thing about his scheme, about what he tries to do? Is there like one thing, like one linchpin of what he tries to do that you would say that's who he is?
I don't know. I don't know if I could pinpoint one thing, but he does always say go for it. That's one thing he's always talking about as regards to the defense from the back end, the back seven to the front seven, or the back seven and the front line. I think he just is always talking about going for it, being physical at the point of attack, and I think that's something that is going to help the defense go very far.
How does it benefit your game? We've seen you in St. G nickel.
Mm-hmm. I think it benefits my game in regards to versatility, being able to play more than one position. If my number is called, being able to play nickel, playing playing safety, playing dime, whatever I'm asked upon, it definitely helps.
How do you feel like your camp's going in general?
I think it's been decent. I think we as athletes were definitely harder on ourselves than anybody else can be, and there's always going to be good things. One thing my college coach used to always say is it's never as good as it seems, never as bad as it seems. So I think it's been decent. There's always room for improvement, but I think it's gone pretty well.
The star position, what makes it different from your traditional nickel?
I'd say in my opinion, the defense definitely runs to the star. If our star plays very well, then the defense is going to play well. Being able to communicate, being able to fit the run, maybe even keep the star in, and then 12 in a bigger personnel group that the offense comes out in. That's just probably what it allows the star position to play well, if that makes sense. If that answers your question.
You bounce around a little bit here, but is there something about this opportunity that you feels like right for you?
I think I don't know. I think it just feels right. I think. Obviously, having Staley here, it's definitely will help. He believed in me back in 2020, and he also believed in me now. And I think being able to be around the guys, being around people that I know across the league, and I don't know. I think as a whole, I'm just excited to see how the preseason games go and get a shot to make the team.
What is it about Utah safeties? What's the common denominator? We've had Marcus Williams here.
Oh, yeah.
And you two guys, what's the common denominator?
Tough, smart guys that are willing to do whatever is asked upon, I'd say. I think we have a lot of guys actually around the league right now that are playing pretty well. Cole Bishop up in Buffalo, me and Julian. Corners, we got Jalen still playing right now. I don't think Eric Rowe is still playing, but yeah, Marcus is still playing. I don't think he's signed anywhere yet. But I think we just had a lot of tough, smart guys. I don't think that Utah necessarily gets a lot of high-rated guys, but we have guys that like to work, and I think that's what helps us stick around in the league.
Thank you.
No problem. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Will. Don't forget about Chase Hansen.